at this altar right at the front door because I have the chair, the new chair I got, the mahogany blue chair, and I hadn't moved it. Sometimes, I'll have the altar at the door, and I think it's so beautiful. I wanted to just light some candles here. I show you, and also show you what my cream. For those of you that have not seen it, this is the accessory bag, and this is some of my 24K gold cream. That's the cream you sleep in, you put on your face. You can do a mask with it. You can leave it on all night. You can put it all over your whole body. It's not gonna hurt. It's really decadent alpha lipoic acids in it. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, mink oil. It has a lot of antioxidants in it. Can you see how beautiful that is? I'm showing it to you by candlelight. And if you want to, you can get that bag and put it in the bag, as well as your sages. You like it? That's my other creams. I owe a lady this. This belongs to her. I opened the box because it's been here so long, and it still looks beautiful. But you know what? I'm not gonna give it to her. I'm gonna make a new one because it's been sitting here so long, for a few months, and I want you to see what it's like. And people that have bought it all love it. They tell me that they love it. So let me see. Can you see that? I make that by hand. I make each jar by hand. And this is the jar she paid for. It's like a really nice, elegant jar. And she wanted it. And two, you get to keep it. When you use all the oil in the creams, you don't throw those away. You can use it for something else. Thank you, babies. And of course, that's my favorite chair. That's a part, and that's Nipsey's Eritrean flag. I did the best I could to try to put it up there. Thank you. Yeah, I had to find somewhere else to put his flag, but I love it right here. And you see, that's one of my other footstools. You see that? So pretty. People can get them individually or get them with the chairs. Look at this. I think because the flag has a different colors, you can't see all the stuff the candle's doing. So I'm trying to go closer. Isn't that gorgeous? I took some pictures before I came on live. Let me see. You see, it's got red above the candle. You see that orb up there is red, and then let me see. And I'm just kind of squatting down low on the floor. See if you can see what I'm seeing. You see, okay. You see that's turning blue. Can you see the blue coming out of that red candle? Like I'm seeing it here. And that's blue. And then if I go up on it, okay, yeah, that's still blue. Whoa. I've just been kind of playing with this for an hour or so trying to get it right because I wanted you to see what I see. Okay, there it goes. There's a red. And that candle's so pretty. His eye is just glowing and orbiting. Oh, wow. You see that? Absolutely gorgeous. Whew, you love it. It's not my best. I just tried to throw it together real quick because I know he wanted it. So I'm going to talk here instead of going into the other altar or laying down. I had the ceiling fan. I'll just ventilate after the show because it was kind of blowing them. So no, and it's so humid outside. It's awful. I think it's going to rain. Thank you. Put my cash up in there, somebody that loves and supports me. And I'm just going to do like a little real talk. I usually have them, scoot a little closer to the altar. Oh, now you can see it because with the flag, you can't see everything it's doing. Like in the other room. Inside that blue candle right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, there it goes. It's orbiting. It's dancing. Yeah. See on the blue candle. Just gorgeous. Absolutely. I think he likes his chair. I think he likes his chair. One of his pillows is right there. I put it under there. It's a blue and gold and cream pillow. That's his blue and gold furniture. That's one of the pillows. His accessories. It's tiring, but I love every moment of it. Always creating and doing something beautiful. What I wanted to say is, somebody tell me if I'm wrong about the new moon in October. The full moon, is that a hunter? Is it called hunter? I want to make sure that I got that right, hunter, because I want to tell you something, and it's the same message, and this is the way that I live my life, and I've learned to live my life this way, and I meant every word of it. And because it's something that I've gone through and having to cut someone out of my life. Is that just me, or do you see that hue above that red candle? Thank you, baby. Thank you, Osiris. It's a hunter's moon. And I want you to start hunting. And that's what I'm doing. Hunting in every area of your life and looking through every area of your life to hunt for anything or anyone that needs to be hunted down, shot. Excuse me. Oh, I just dropped some green juice. Shot, hunted down, shot, destroyed, and removed from your life. We're in hunter seasons because I'm telling you, if you are not the hunter, you will be hunted. Um, just like what we see striking down the young men. This man, as I was talking about, like Nipsey, and with people inside, these were not strangers on the outside. These were inside hits. And looking at P and B Rock, he was hunted. Instead of being the hunter, he knew people were jealous of him, wanted to take his position and play on him. But he seemed like the type of person that he might not respond. He reacts as a result of what you bring towards him instead of already being prepared to hunt. Knowing, we know now he knows, as he told me, he was the hunted. And people will come into your life, and I know because that's all I know. And that's all my experience, starting even with my own mother. People will not only decide to give birth to you and not tell you the game and not educate you and hunt you, but also people you will meet that will decide to come in your world and pretend to be your friend and hunt you. And you don't even see it because your intentions are good and your intentions are pure, and you become the hunted, and somebody pretends to be your friend and they are the fucking hunter. And that's going on right now, and we see it going on all around us in these examples and in our life, and the way that we see this happening to people we love, as well as if you're like me and have that background, you see it happening to you, and you cannot let that happen anymore. Because if you have your guard down right now, you're not doing your spiritual baths, you're not doing your spiritual floor wash and your house cleanings, you're not cleaning house on a spiritual level, you're not doing your uncrossing dishes, you're not doing your uncrossing diet, you're not doing your uncrossing rituals. Because I was talking to a lady about that tonight and her sex partner. And what I was saying to her is she cannot trust her sex partner because she cannot trust herself. Huh? Did you hear what I said? If you are not clear in your intentions towards a man, and you let them put their dick inside of you, and you let them fuck you, and you're not clear about your intentions, and the relationship is kind of open and it's not stable, but you're saying one thing and you're doing another. You're saying that you want a stable relationship with a man, but only stability you have is his dick stable up in your ass and in your motherfucking mouth and down your goddamn throat. So when he responds in a way that you don't like, or if he won't make a solid decision, it's because you're not solid in your mind and solid in your decision about the fuck is you gonna stand up vagina power, goddamn it, or not, or is you gonna be a hunter on this nigga or the haunted? Because when a man is not committing to you and you say you want commitment and he act like he don't know what he want to do because you don't know what the fuck you want to do and you ain't put your foot down and you not being the goddamn hunter, so bitch, you being hunted. And it's not always the nigga hunt you, it's another bitch hunt you. Cause the nigga fucking you and fucking somebody else or still got one foot in and one foot out with another bitch. Even though he might say he be trying to move on, he ain't been completely sure that he want to hunt in another motherfucking path or hunt in another territory because your motherfucking ass ain't sure. All you know, you sure you want some dick in your mouth and dick all in your goddamn ass, so you going to fail. And anytime you suspect a man fucking another bitch, or you know the man fucking another bitch, you should be doing uncross and dush. Have anybody took you there? Not just a vaginal steam clean, but an uncrossing steam up in your ass. Because you taking on the energy of a rotten bitch that's hunting this nigga and the nigga can't completely let it go through his dick. You have mental, emotional, spiritual, psychic warfare through this nigga dick that's not larger than your pussy. And you think sitting in a bath, goddammit, taking an uncrossing bath or uncrossing shower is enough when you ain't really dealt with the uncrossing in the mind of the vagina power in your ass. See, because you being hunted. You the prey, goddammit, and you're not the motherfucking hunter. And anybody that pretend, let me tell you something. I don't care who it is. Anybody pretending to be your friend. Thank you, boss lady. Let that shit sink in. You see what I'm saying? See, they go back to what I said last week. He like your pussy, but don't like you. Because see, a lot of these bitches, you be talking about a nigga playing you. You be playing your goddamn self. You don't even know you playing your motherfucking self because you wishy-washy about to fuck your pussy and your between your ass and your leg and the pussy and that run everything, your hormones and glands in your brain. You got two different minds going on and you confused about what the fuck the both of them goddamn want. And then you want to get mad because a nigga ain't putting his foot down and putting no pressure. All the pressure you want is in his your ass and putting his foot down and pulling his shoes down and unlacing his shoes and pulling his draw over his shoes and down, putting pressure in your ass. That's the only thing you sure you goddamn want. Then you, well, he ain't committed, he ain't this and that, bitch, because you ain't committed, goddamn it. A lot of these men might not really mean you no harm. Some of them be waiting to be led because all men are not alpha female. Some of them beta and want a bitch to lead them, a bitch to count their money, and bitch to pay the rent because he know there might be a deficit. Now he'll make the money and he'll give you the money because he know he might not be good with managing and budgeting, but he good at making it. So he blowing it and you live there with him and you sucking his dick and you cooking and fucking him and you ain't woman enough, goddammit, to take up the slack with a nigga weekend and the nigga saying, you know, I have a problem in this area, so why don't you take the money and handle the money for me? I'll make it and give it to you. I just need you to handle it because it's too much for me. And then when he go spend it or get drunk or find another bitch to trick it off, you want to get mad he fucking up. You fucked over yourself because the nigga done gave you the keys to the goddamn city and married you. And you can run and he want to be dominated in that motherfucking area. You want a strong woman in the area he weak at. And then you want to talk about him because you won't stand up and be the goddamn hunter, goddammit, and be secure where the niggas giving you the keys to run that shit. This is the season that we in and cut all bitches off and cut all bitch niggas off and cut all lovers off, all girlfriends, all male friends. Anybody that fuck over you one time. Do you understand me? Fuck over you one time without something that you've done. And this is what I learned about energy. Women's energy, a group of people's energy. If you're dealing with a woman that's supposed to be your friend and she has any children, even though they're grown children and all of them associate with you, either the mother turns on you or one of the children turn on you, and start becoming wishy-washy in their actions and refuse to keep their word, and they're influenced by the mother, this is what I've learned because the bitch don't like you. The woman really ain't feeling, she pretend to be your friend. But when you get close to, or she introduces you to her children, whether it's a male child or a female child, and they start to act funny towards you and they live with the mother, is because the mother is conflicted in her feelings towards you. Or your friend, you think somebody's your friend and the children might love you and act nice to you, and then the children become conflicted, it's because some shit the mother said. And you think that's your homegirl and that's your friend, but the people let me tell you something. When you live in the house with someone and there's a dominant female in the house, and the female deals with you, and you deal with the children, and the child or the children start acting fucked up towards you and you didn't do anything to deserve it, that's because the female, the mother, your friend, your aunt, whoever it is in the house, thank you, Sheba, baby, is conflicted. I really don't like you, really ain't feeling you, and really ain't your friend. Because they control the energy of the house. And the mindset and the attitudes and shit been said about you behind your motherfucking back that you don't know that's been said. And right now is the time to destroy all those relationships, because they're going to destroy you. Because they're not for you. You do not carry that energy into the theme of this moon. And that's with any moon that you're dealing with. Any moon, whatever the theme is, or whatever the god and the goddess is, or the other entities around the moon, you must adjust and prepare to go into warfare. Because remember, this is called a hunter's moon. We came out of a harvest moon. They were harvesting organs in this moon. They were harvesting blood in this moon. They were harvesting life forces in this womb. In this moon, the harvest moon, it was going to either harvest money for you or poverty, harvest love for you or hatred, harvest stability or instability, especially if that's where you already were with this harvest moon, which just came out of, I told you, that was a sacrifice moon. This is another butchering moon. People will play on you and dominate you and not value you if you already let them do something to you and you keep moving into the energy of the October moon, which we're also dealing with sacrifice and harvest because we're dealing with Halloween, which will put us in the Jason period. I don't care how you feel about the person and not want to let them go, and whatever you think you got established, you really ain't got shit. You got shit established in your mind. But a woman that will do that and her family that will do that to you really don't give a fuck about you, and all of them feel the same way. Look, this is what I learned the hard way. Thank you, babe Osiris. I'm glad, because I'm going through it. And it seems like I always go through things like this. And that's what I've learned to do. I drop them quickly. Whenever somebody does me wrong and disrespects me, and I've never, ever been anything but respectful to you, it's time for me to leave you alone. And it's not no chance. When somebody acts that silly and immature towards you and stabs you and betrays you, and you haven't done anything to justify it, you have to turn your back on that person, because that person's haunting you. Hunter, and they're going to destroy you, and they're vampiring and feeding off of you because they don't like you. And if it's somebody else around them, either a feminine gay man or a woman that is controlling a man, or a woman that's controlling the woman that just fucked you over out of the blue for no reason, that one is plotting and talking about you behind your back and saying some fucked up shit. And when they immediately do that to you and have no problem doing it to you, I don't care how much it bothers you and how much it hurts you, you must, whatever you owe them, pay them. Whatever they owe you, they need to pay you. And if they refuse to pay you, you need to reverse that energy back on them, because people seem to think when they do something to you and you didn't deserve it, that it's not going to come back on them. But believe you me, you always reap what you sow. And when people do dirty shit to you, you might not see it because they might not tell you, you might not hear about it, but somebody's going to fuck them harder than they fucked you. But you have to make sure that that happens to them. Because it's people that take your kindness for weakness, and they think they can just do things to you and get away with it. So you go to your ancestors. Don't turn your other cheek thinking it's going to be balanced out. No, you demand justice, because that is an injustice against you for people to tag team you that you haven't done anything to. You break all ties immediately, and you act like you do not know them. See, that's a problem with a lot of y'all. Because y'all on that Jesus shit, and you're not about knowing when you're the hunter and when you're the hunted, and knowing when you should play the role of the hunter. But you should never play the role of prey. Now, you can pretend to be, but and act like you don't know what somebody's doing and let them play that shit out so you can really see it's a piece of shit, silly motherfucker, and then don't ever speak to him again. You can pretend to be prey. You can play that nut role. You can play that country dumb role and act like you don't see it until you get all the facts of the thing. Once you get the facts that somebody would do that to you and they cannot even justify something being done to them by you, you never speak to them again. And a lot of people have that problem and they seem to believe, well, if I forgive them and I take them back, this candle is so gorgeous. You see that? And the aura around the flame, it's absolutely gorgeous. You see what I see? It's cut off season, baby. It's pull out season, goddammit. When you up in some good pussy without no rubber and you want to hurt and pull out because it feel good without the goddamn rubber, and then you get caught up if you don't pull out when you feel you to pull out season, goddammit. It's pull out season in this motherfucker. And you don't talk to them. And you don't go back because if they're okay with stabbing you and walk away, you have to be okay with pulling the knife out of your back and walking away and never fucking with them again. Because if they did that to you one time with nothing that you've done to justify that, they'll do it to you again and they'll keep trying to destroy you and then try to probably physically attack you or physically hurt you and then put it yourself in a position where you have to defend your life because there's something about them that thinks they're better than you or stronger than you or smarter than you or superior than you, or they can disrespect you. They have to be eliminated. How people's kids tell you everything. You see what I'm saying? People's kids and people's pets. Whenever you come around and a pet loves you, it's things been said and energy been given off affectionate about you. When you come around and a dog growling and it's a female in the house, that's because you've been talked about and the bitch don't like you or jealous of you, some about you will own you. And instead of telling you, see, a lot of people will keep their enemies close. You're the hunted, you're the prey, and you're the enemy. They'll keep you close and think they make you think they like you and they cool with you just to destroy you. You don't even know you're the enemy because you have good intentions and a kind heart. And you must know yourself better than anybody else. And you must know others that you fuck with. And I'm telling you, them are telltale signs that the relationship has come to an end. Because if it doesn't, it's not going to come to a good end for you. And see, when I look at this chair, and this is the first chair of the Mahogany Blue collection, it means everything to me because it's the first one. That's why I haven't moved it yet. And I'm sitting it here. And I had some work done on it and then it dropped off to me. And this was my dream. Okay. And Nipsey gave it to me and gave me the designs. And he gave me this cream because I did not have this cream. I've made hair and skin products since like 2007, 2008 in the public. But secretly, I was making liniments because my grandmother had, and the old people I knew had a lot of arthritis and swelling in the knees and joints and in the low back and problems. So I used to make hot pepper oils and liniments and rub my grandmother's back and legs and then wash them down, put hot, wet towels on them to help penetrate it so she could walk around and I would make her fresh juices. But I never had anything like this. I hadn't even heard of it until he gave it to me. When he came into my house and I started reading him and telling people what had happened to him. And I used it first and it's amazing. With the things I put in it, it works. And he told me how to do the chairs. He told me how to do this bag. I don't know if you can see the bag. I have it leaning there so you can see the bag. And create the packaging. Because I have the gold packaging, as you can see, the different types of gold and the blue and gold packaging. Excuse me. As well as the praying stools, the grieving stools. When somebody's physically dead and you want to pray for them and you put them on his altar, all these are his furnitures for his altars. And you see that's one of his pillows. I have another pillow behind it. Um, Whenever you have a dream, because I haven't met many people to support my dreams and what I do. Oh wow, is that beam coming out of that over here? I think so. Whenever people say they're going to help you make your dream come true, and you're willing to pay them to help you make that come true, and they start to lie to you and fuck you around, the person doesn't give a fuck about you or your dreams. And that's another reason why I'm sitting here, because there's so many more deeper meanings for this chair, and to have it in my mind, and to have these footstools in my mind, and to have this cream in my mind, and then to make it a third dimensional reality. And nobody supported it and nobody believed it. I had people always trying to talk down and destroy everything I've done for years. And so I'm sitting here by myself. I don't have support other than you donating and believing in me. And when I show you what I've done and what I say I want to do, and I manifest it and I let you see it, other than you, I don't have it in my personal life. And a lot of people try to get into my life and act like they love me so much and they love the work I do, until I actually start to talk to them. Because I don't let them close, close, close. I don't let them so far to study them. And most of them, I hate to say, always try to cut my throat. And I know everybody in the world is not like that. I haven't met everybody in this world. But I'm telling you, you need to learn right now during this period. Don't trust everybody that smiles at you and act like they love you and they want to help you make your dream come true. Because they will do that, but inside try to fucking destroy you. Or you depend on them. They say, I'm going to help you do this. I'm going to help you do that. And then they start, when they feel like they got you in a position where they got a fake sense of power where you need them, or you can't get a certain thing without them. And then they withhold their assistance. That person doesn't like you. And if it's a female around them, a mother, a auntie, a sister, friend, the female don't like you because she can squash it. She could easily change it, or she could step in, but she won't. So if a female won't, and they know people that live with them or around them do that to you, she don't like you either. Because many times women play dominant roles with men, whether it's their sons, their boyfriends, their uncles, nephews, friends, lovers. They could easily shift it. And when a man is very helpful to you, and when he shifts, it's usually because of the female. And they make you choose. It's either her or me, because you're not going to be nice to both of us and you're not going to help her. So you're going to sabotage her and trash whatever relationship you have with her, because now I don't like it and I don't feel comfortable. And if you, yes, Mistress Ayaba, forgive me if I said that wrong, and you don't know it until somebody around them that's helping you and the person shifts. And then the female watches them fuck you over, and she could easily squash it. But if she won't, because she said something about you behind your back and you don't know what was said, but you know because you see the action, now it's cut it tonight, okay? If you've seen it, because that's what I'm doing. I'm going to make my dreams come true regardless, and I never had anybody to support me and believe in my dreams. And that's why I'm saying it to you. And I used to be so sad about that and cry and get upset about that shit. And I always wanted friends and family more than anything, but I never had them. And I accepted the fact that I need to be my own best friend. I need to trust God. I need to trust my ancestors in the vision that I'm given. And if I'm getting the kind of people that I don't like, it's still something in me I need to clear out, because they're mirroring something in me. Because, you know, people used to always do that. My own mother used to do that. And I used to take her back and say, well, it's better than having nobody, or some about me, so it's my fault and I got to correct it. No, the fuck you don't. Because if you didn't do nothing to make that person betray you like that and then sit up and think it's funny, oh, yeah, I'm coming this day. Oh, okay, I can't come. I'm coming tomorrow. Oh, okay, I'm not coming tomorrow. I'm coming the next day. And they play games like that with you. It's something about them that you don't know about that's real silly and immature. And somebody has encouraged them to fuck you over now. You see that kind of shit. And when I used to see shit like that, I would still open myself and forgive, and oh, it's me and I'm gonna wait, and they didn't mean that and they apologize. No, you don't. You don't. See, that's what I mean, the mirrors in me, because that's not gonna happen after today. It's a wrap. When somebody shows you who they are and who they're not, believe them. And they'll never respect you if you let somebody step on you and you never provoked it. And they do that to you, and then you keep talking to them, entertain them, and you let them come back and they see a dream that you're trying to accomplish that ain't gonna hurt them, ain't gonna hurt nobody. And they try to block your dream or hold up your dream or sabotage your dream. And they know that you asked for them for help and they agreed to help you. And then they start delaying, denying, lying. You have to cut that person out of your life because it's something about you they don't like, or they're jealous of, or they're threatened of, or they're intimidated by, or somebody close to them that feels that way and telling them to fuck you, because I'm not comfortable with you trying to help this person make their dreams come true. You're going to do it for me and not her. And you're going to leave her alone and you're going to ruin the relationship. Y'all will be surprised unless you really start looking back and you start journaling and looking over your writings and thinking about every scenario where somebody did you like that. Either the person is sick and mentally ill and real silly and childish, thinking they have power and control of your life. Individually, they're sick like that and narcissistic, or they also have someone that's over them or older than them, or a relative or a mother or a aunt, someone that they admire and look up to, that they depend on, that they feel is more important to them than you, or somebody that they're fucking. So they're trying to integrate you into the relationship. And the female might have said, this is what I want to do, and this is cool with me. But then at some point, as the other person or the male figure or the son or the boyfriend or the relative or the associate gets closer to you now, and the person admires you as much as they admire them, or might start admiring you more in different ways because there are different talents and abilities you have that person doesn't. Now you're going to have to choose. You're going to fuck Alexis over. You're going to provoke her. You're going to create a silly, petty argument or dispute, something she didn't even do, but you're going to act like she did. And because I don't feel comfortable with her around, I'm intimidated, I'm jealous in some way, I'm competing, she's competition to me, and you're not even thinking like that. She's got to go. It's her or me, because now I'm not comfortable with her in our world. And since I came first, so I'm your mother, I'm your aunt, I'm your friend, I'm your teacher, whatever. You're going to choose me, and you're going to throw her under the bus. And that will be the only thing that makes me secure. Men will do it to a woman they're dealing with about their girlfriends, because I've also been through that with a nigga. And my ex would make me get everybody out of my life and everybody out of my world. He even tried to make me put my son out. And I was like, if you want me to find somewhere to go, give me a couple of months to find me somewhere to go. But me and my son will go. You want him to go? I'm going to go. But if you think your dick and your money and your house means so much to me that I'm going to actually put my son out for you, knowing that my mother put me out in the street and laughed and made fun of me, and I only left with the shoes on my back, clothes on my back, and the shoes on my feet, took everything from me, and it was clothes that I bought because I had to work since I was like 12 years old when I lived with my mother, and she took all of our money, and she had plenty of money, worked us, built her empire, and didn't give us anything. I had to buy my own clothes and shoes and scrape my money up the best way I could. She took these things and thought it was funny. I never forgot that, and I will never forget that. And as a result of that, I wasn't going to do to my son what was done to me. As long as he didn't beat me or put his hands on me or steal from me, I wasn't going to turn on my child. And he was getting high at the time, and he was like, well, you got to put him out. I said, but he's not stealing anything. He's not tearing up anything in your house. He's not stealing anything of mine. He's not stealing my money. He's not breaking anything. When he wants to leave, when he wants to get high, he'll leave, or he might come back high. He goes in the room, locks the door, he goes to sleep. He hasn't torn up your house. He hasn't disrespected you. He hasn't tried to hit you. Why would I put my son out for you? It just wasn't going to happen. But the other friends or associates or people that could help me or make my dreams come true, he wanted me to get rid of and turn on. He would start lying on them. And then he would give me a choice. Well, I'm not going to help you anymore, or I'm not going to do anything for you. And he knew I didn't have any money, any education, anywhere to go. I depended on him. and I was working, basically building my show and writing the public access, and I didn't get paid. You don't get paid during public access. I was taking all my time and energy building my craft and developing something I didn't get paid for. Um, and he jammed me up in that position. People will do that when they want to isolate you and they feel insecure, and I can control and dominate this person when I know they're not developed in their career or what they love and what they're doing to make money off of it. But I also don't want them to be developed, because he would always say, if you do well on a TV show, if you do well and people want to pick you up, excuse me, and you start doing shows, people are going to take you from me. I'm going to lose you. And him being so dirty over the years, I hated him inside. And so I would start withholding everything. And I'm like, whatever abuse, I'd rather take the abuse. I'd rather die before I fuck you, or I'd rather you kill me and just fuck me when I'm dead, because I will never do it alive. I hate your fucking guts. You're a dirty motherfucker. So, and a lot of women will have sex to survive. I didn't. I'm like, I'll figure out how to survive on my own. There are things I learned to go without, because that's been my life anyway. But you're not going to you're not going to make me a sex slave and then try to destroy me at the same fucking time. I mean, the line has to stop somewhere. And I remember it was a woman, and I want to, I guess I'll get into a little bit of it now. She put a comment on my page, and I loved the comment because it reminded me of me and what I had been through. And she said she was basically in a relationship where she was being abused and things were taken from her to keep her down and control her financially. So basically, it's financial abuse. They're using financial abuse to make you fuck them, suck them, keep you there so you cannot leave. And I don't know if she's fucking him, but she said she was afraid to leave. I was afraid all these years too, but I still would defy him. You weren't going to have access to my body and ejaculate hate, pain, and shame into me like he had done at first, because he knew my fears and my illnesses and my insecurities because of the bad things that had happened to me. And instead of helping me overcome that and be strong, he wanted to keep me weak and put me down, intimidate, and destroy me. And I made up my mind, I'm not laying in the bed with you. I'm not doing it. I hate you because you really, the wounded little girl in part of me, you wanted to keep me wounded that way. And I'd rather die before I let you do that. You know, honor and integrity to me, getting up and looking in the mirror and being able to look at myself and accept myself, even if I have no money. Honor and integrity and self-respect and courage is more means more to me than money. Why? Because at any given time, at any day, I can make me some more money. But you cannot buy. I don't care how much money you get. That's why a lot of people with money, they're not respected as human beings and individuals. Their money is respected of the power that it brings with it, but they don't consider them a powerful person, because they know a lot of people only feel like they're power and they have money, power, and respect when they have money. Them as an individual feel like they're nothing because that's what the world says to them, or what a nigga says to you, and you believe that and you live in that. Well, if I had money, he wouldn't do me this way. If I had money, well, if he wouldn't talk to you anyway if you had any money, because he knows at any given moment you would leave. But this is also what I know about people that do stuff like that, just like what I just went through. And you see, like I said, this chair means everything to me. It's symbolic of so many deeper things. And Nipsey, and how people threatened to kill me and stop speaking to me because I wouldn't let him go. And I wouldn't stop doing his readings. And how can I say this? It's me willing to hit ground zero. And that was what I was always afraid of, because he tried to threaten to intimidate and put me out before, when I refused to fuck him because he had lied to me about wanting to see me heal and wanting to see me grow. And he kept stealing things from me, and he kept stealing my money, and he kept sabotaging business agreements because we were partners and do things together. And I trusted this nigga, and everything I did, he was a part of it. So he knew all of my moves. He knew all of my plans. He would set up my business meetings. He would get people that were in arenas that I needed, like management, marketing, websites. And he would say, I found out later, because I mean, it's just common sense. If someone's setting up meetings for you and they act like they're your man and they love you, and every meeting you go to, the people love you and they want to work with you and they want to help take you to the next level. And then after that, they don't speak to you anymore. And I'm asking him what happened. I thought the meeting was wonderful. I like them. They like me. We're getting ready to go forward. We're getting ready to build the marketing. We're getting ready to build the site. We're getting ready to do the products. They're going to help me with the product line, the hair care, the skincare. Oh, they changed their mind. And everybody's changing their mind? No, you changed it because you were the hunter. I was the hunted and the prey. See, a man could lay in a bed with you and really dislike your energy, dislike your power, dislike your natural God given talents and abilities. And he doesn't want you to have them. And he thinks that it's not fair that you have them because you're more talented than them. And when I started really getting to know my ex that was talking about putting me out of here, he was doing a lot of corrupt shit and stealing people's money and setting them up and lying and doing a lot of backstabbing shit to get all the money that he had and the properties that he's had and basically fucking over people, especially if it was a vulnerable female. This is what I found out that he was doing. And so a lot of people get their money and things that way. So instead of you deciding to be an honorable person, you decide to take people's shit and set people up and steal things from people by being dishonorable. And because it works for a lot of people, they think it's okay to fuck over everybody. And when I saw that, and he was doing it to me, because I was very naive and I just wanted to see as a Sagittarius. I was one of those philosophical Sagittariuses that wanted to see the highest and best in people and believe in people. And now I realize whenever I think that, now I learn to reserve and I don't just open my heart anymore, wear my heart on my sleeve. I start to watch them. And when I see one little thing is you're getting the guillotine, and we can just act like we never knew each other. But my fear, like this lady's fear and a lot of people's fear that are in that position, because it's even men that are in that position where women make money and they jam them because they don't want to leave them because the man got a good dick, the man got a good heart, the nigga fine, and he's very intelligent, but she considers the nigga weak because he's a good person. And he just wants peace. A lot of people think you're weak because you're trying to still have peace with them, but they don't really want peace. And so this man was using my honor and integrity and my forgiveness against me because I just wanted peace. I didn't want to argue with him, but he liked to argue. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of people that would argue with you and keep drama with you and try to destroy you and not help you develop your talents. Why? Because they want to keep you off balance. They want to keep you off your toes. They want to keep your foundation unstable and keep you unstable and always have the threat over your head that they're going to put you out or they're going to take your money or you're going to be homeless or they're going to leave you while they're withholding things from you, because people really believe that doing that to someone and violating them mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, financially, and socially, that's going to make you stay with them. And many times it works for years, not because it's really working, but the person can't fucking survive because you have no money of your own. And then when they see you trying to get money of your own, they will snatch the rug from underneath you again and making you afraid to get the money of your own, because then they'll cut down all your resources. I know what it feels like. And they know you don't want to be in a homeless shelter. You don't want to be out on the street living with nobody, especially if you're like me. You had no family that really loved you and would let you stay there in peace. They'll constantly when you're going to get out. You can't eat nothing. You can't drink nothing. Your son could eat something, but because that's a child, but you can't. We don't want you here. That's why we put you out and all that shit. So they know that shit and they think, you got this lifestyle. You got this house. You're going to leave. You don't have to work. You don't have to pay no bills. I do this for you. I do that for you. But they're constantly throwing that shit in your face every day, and they making you scared. They making you have a lot of anxiety attacks. They making your nerves bad. They making you age, having a lot of paranoia and mental and emotional problems because you're not developing yourself. You're not growing, and you're afraid to go outside the house to get a job because they know if you get one, if you get one, that's going to be hell to pay in that house, and they'll just throw you out because that's how narcissists are. Like this nigga tried to do me. They will throw you out at the last minute and you have nowhere to go. Why? Because you're a dumb, weak bitch. The main reason why I'm still here And remember, for the people that have followed me and donated and helped me, he was putting me out on Nipsey's anniversary, which is March 31st, 2022. Third anniversary. Oh, bitch, he didn't say bitch, but I know that's what he mixed. That's how he treated me, like somebody dumb and stupid and not worth anything. Kept coming over here begging me for sex. That was disgusting to me. That wasn't going to happen because I had my dignity. You'd have to fuck me dead. That's the only way you could put your dick on, in, or around me, because I would rather be homeless before I did that, or find my own money, which is what I did. When I decided to fight him, and I called the health department, and then other people that had more power than him, that he could not get around, he started threatening the inspector. And she did not complete everything. She eventually turned on me, and that was fine. I can fix the things here myself. She left me hanging, and he lied about the things he said he would do. And we had this in writing. So I have to get well and deal with him legally, because I was smart enough to get it in writing. And he still didn't care. He said, well, my insurance will pay her. I don't have to pay. I'm not giving her shit. So he clearly has, because he doesn't even speak to me anymore. So he clearly has a lot of anger and resentment towards me. But he had that anyway, and I didn't do anything to him. But he still, I knew, because I was so ill here, he wanted me dead before he saw me be healthy and be in love, and have someone in love with me and want me, and leave in a position where I can be educated and self sufficient and independent. And I'm saying this to this woman that wrote that shit. She wrote a long fucking paragraph there, several paragraphs. She's going to have to do what I should have done 15 years ago, because we've known each other like 20 years. The first few years were great. When I was in a childlike state of mind, I didn't know this guy was lying to me. He never wanted me to grow up. He never wanted me to heal. He never wanted me to feel sexy and confident and strong. He never wanted me to get a job. He never wanted me to get an education. And that's what I always wanted. But I had no education, so I couldn't really get decent jobs. And I always begged him to help me go to school. And he would always say no and jam me up more, because he knew. And this is the thing. When you're dealing with someone like that, and my mother was the same way towards her children, taking things from us, but then bragging that she had everything. Everybody has the right, because I had a child. Everybody has the right to be able to take care of themselves. Nobody should have to take money from someone else because you're always in need. Now, if somebody wants to take care of you, whether it's a man taking care of a woman taking care of a man taking care of a man, a woman taking care of a woman, whatever. If they want to do that for you and they love you and just want to give you things, that's fine. But it's nothing wrong with you also being able to take care of yourself and having your own money, your own business, and your own shit. That doesn't mean that you want to leave them. It just means that you want to follow the natural process of human life as a human being self sufficient and independent, and what your dreams and your goals, making them come true for you as an individual. It has nothing to do with your lover or your husband or your wife. And these people like that, when they see you're more talented than them, you're charismatic everywhere you go, people look at you, they want to know you, they want to talk to you. That person wants you to have nothing, because your success, and they can be successful and have everything they want, but your success means the end of the relationship, because to them, you're insulting them and you're attacking them and you're hunting for another nigga. You're looking for another dick to suck and somebody better than them. Now, that's not what you're doing, because that's not what I did. That's not what I was doing. But in their mind, that person's already so twisted and so fucked up and so insecure, and you don't know it. You don't know it. But you should be able to know it by the things I just described to you. That I went there so insecure. Your success and your development of your mind, body, and the healing of your soul and the wounded inner child is a threat to them and means the death of the relationship. They literally feel that the more independent you come, because the person's twisted and insecure, they feel like the more independent you become, you're not going to want to be around them because you'll be able to see through them and how sick they are. They don't want you to have any power. And for women that have been through that, I have been through, I had to lose, and have nothing. Not health, not security in my health, not security in money, not security in the house because it was fucked up. Animals coming in here, shit. It's like it was the most disgusting thing. And this man thought it was funny. I have security as long as I see this bitch ruined and I see this bitch fail, see this bitch destroyed. I want this bitch destroyed. Literally. And I had to eat that. And then once he saw I fought him, he knew there was no going back because I never fought him. So now you have to get out in the street and everybody has to watch you. Because see, this man told a lot of lies on me. That's what narcissists do. And narcissists, what means more to them? Their public reputation. Now they will work very hard to make their dreams come true. So there are things we can learn from them. They're hardworking and they will work to cover their lies up and to make it look like they're good and they're perfect. And they've been the one fucked over, like what he said about me. Call me dumb, broke, all this shit. And people would not speak to me and toot their nose up at me because of things that he said, even neighbors. And now, excuse me, we don't speak. He doesn't call. I don't call and ask him for anything. And I know it looks strange to people that he told that I was dumb and nothing because I don't call him for anything. I know that I can feed myself. I know that I can take care of myself. I know that I have people that love me. I know that I have people that donate to me. I know that I have people that support me. I know that I have people that want to see my dreams come true now. And I never had those to make my dreams come true. And that's why I'm sitting here showing you this because it's really fucked up that I had to hit ground zero because this man wanted that for me. He wanted me to lose. He never wanted me to win. And you kind of think it would be backwards because this man's a millionaire. He has all this money and all these things and all these houses and all these businesses. But every time I tried to accomplish something with him, it always failed. It was always fucked up. And the people that he would enlist, they would help him, but they would not help me. And now I'm by myself having to start over with nothing. I make my dreams come true. Do you understand? Because I'm sure somebody's going to listen to this that's been through the hell I've been through with family and with dirty niggas that actually act like they love you, but secretly they hate you. They have a mixture of feelings about you. They act like they want you to win, but they only want you to win to a certain point when you're with them and when you're on their arm. But wait a minute, bitch, you can't go too far. You can't be too smart, you can't get too educated, and you can't make money. And you definitely can't make the money I make because that troubles me. And I've already destroyed you in other people's minds where they think you ain't shit and that I'm the victim here and I just tolerate you because I'm trying to love you and I'm trying to get peace and I don't want to lose you. And they don't even know you're the one that's being victimized and abused. And they're doing it with money. And mentally and emotionally where your weaknesses are, they keep stabbing you, trying to destroy your spirit. And you would think, at least I would think, because he would say it all the time. It was always my biggest fear to be out in the cold with nothing, have to start over with nothing. And I saw women that were very successful that became doctors and lawyers, whatever they wanted to be. And the same thing, they had to leave without nothing because the nigga was determined that you were going to leave without nothing. All you're doing like I did. But then I was very ill over the past few years, so I couldn't walk. Sometimes my legs are fucking huge. My feet were huge, like water balloons. And I would beg him, if you want me to leave, can you just take me to the hospital? You don't have to pay for anything. I'll get help and I'll get well because you keep asking me to get out. I will get out. I will do what you want me to do. And you won't hear from me again. I'll start over. And he would look at me with this smirk on his face. And he was like, I'm not helping you leave. But you keep saying you want me to go. And then would jam me so I couldn't. And got pleasure in seeing me ill. And then did things. I stopped eating this man's food because I felt like he was doing something to it. And then he would see me sick, and I would just say, can you just take me to the hospital? I can't drive. I'm in too much pain. My legs are too swollen. Can you just drop me off? I would get well, and I will do what you're asking. It's not my house. It's your house. I'll give you a house. And then he would say, I'm not going that direction. I'm not going to take you to get to a doctor. So I knew then it was a mind game. It was a twisted mind game. Somebody would rather see you die. There are some people that would rather see you in a casket being a beautiful corpse than to leave them walking away healthy and strong and financially stable and being able to stand on your own and meet somebody to love you. Really love you, that you love back. Great fucking, great sucking, great money, great house, great travel, great life. They will rather see you dead. Or they'll keep taunting you and putting you in a position that you kill yourself. Bitch, just off yourself. Or poison you. You don't know what's wrong. So sometimes when a nigga don't give you an option, and when you have no friends, no family to help give you an option, bitch, you might have to bite that bullet. And you need to start coming up with an exit plan. And that's what I started to do. Instead of sitting there in your fear, knowing this nigga ain't gonna change, knowing the bitch ain't gonna change. Because I've seen women do it to women, I've seen men do it to men, and I've seen men do it to women, and I've seen women do it to men. They're not gonna change. You have to come up with an exit plan because they don't want you to go. And if you go, they'd rather see you go destroyed or dead. Either they do it or poison you and you go through a disease, or you do it. Because you're already dying on every other level. And when a woman doesn't come up with an exit plan and find out assistance or somebody to help you sneak out and save your shit, and they save or start meeting alliances, because usually people like that don't have no friends. I didn't have no friends. And I started to meet people that did care and say, you know what, this is a dirty motherfucker, and actually met him. They like, this motherfucker's sick. You can look at him and tell, and he's obsessed with you, and he's jealous of you, and he wants to destroy you if he cannot have you, but he knows he's not even equipped to have you and treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, so he'll destroy you. Other people started to see it, and this was the time when I said, damn, I know I'm going to have to do what I don't want to do. I'm going to have to start with nothing. And it's in the nothingness. And it was so fucked up, and I was so heartbroken that this guy did this. I had to accept the cards that I was dealt. Because just think about it. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't be talking about this, because I never told nobody in public about this. And I would have still been going through it. And he took me down so low. There was nowhere else to go but physical death. And when people do that and disrespect you, they make you feel so unwanted and so unloved. They make you feel like shit when they abuse you and keep taking your stuff and destroying you and destroying everything around you and destroying any associates and allies. And they tell everybody that you're fucked up and to stay away from you. I was so low when him doing this to me. There was nowhere to go but up. And that's what I was talking about when I first started this, and saying when people do dirty things to you and you don't deserve it, and you become the hunted and they're the hunter because they got a problem with you don't know that they fucking have. Now, when I see that you're gone, it's so easy to cut my losses and go, because you know they're going to do something worse to you in the future. When I see that, I realize there's still parts of me that need to be healed and need to be reinforced. So in order for you to reinforce it, when someone does it the first time, make it the last time. Because if I had left when he had threatened me and was trying to manipulate and control me, and I saw that he was such a big liar, and he didn't want me to have anything. He wanted me to have nothing in order to feel secure in a relationship. I started to leave, and then he begged me to come back, and I had left, and I found another place. I found another place to go for me and my son. He was still like 12, 13 at the time. And This motherfucker talked me back. And the reason why, because I was scared to be in the world with no education, no good paying job, and no resources. And he promised, if you just come back. And that's one thing a woman told me. It was my son's principal when he was in elementary school. She said she had 5 children and she had no money and resources. She said, if you leave a man, don't ever go back, because no matter what he says to you, he's going to punish you for leaving. And you'll never live it down. He will never get over it. And she said he made sure she couldn't leave when she came back because she had no money. And he made her, kept her pregnant, 5 children, and then made her stay home and take care of them. And he worked. And you see a lot of men that do that, and that's that old school shit. And they make them have a whole bunch of babies, and your whole life revolves around them and the babies because they want to bind you up because they don't feel, especially if you're naturally beautiful. When you're young and you're beautiful, and everybody would want you, even being a dumb bitch, they would want you because why? And as a beautiful woman, you can get your education, you can get a job, you can get some money. All the dumb shit and the not having sense, that can be fixed. You can easily fix that and get you some money, get you an education. But they knew even the beauty by itself. This woman could get away from them and people would be willing to help her. Males and females would be willing to help her. And so what do? They jam them. He even was talking about wanting to have babies with me like 15 years ago. Well, you can give me a child. I was like, you've got to be kidding. Because I knew he had been ex-military, ex-police, and I had met his children, and all his children were by different women. And he had even children overseas he never saw that he said he knew he left there and he thought it was funny. And now you want to jam me with that? Oh, I think not. One mistake is enough for me. Um, so now I did what I didn't want to do. I was forced to be put in that position, and I knew that this man had no respect for me and was jealous of me and hated me and resented me, but sexually wanted me at the same time. You see that? That'll get your brains blowed out. Fucking with someone that has those mixed emotions about you and then wanting you at the same time and being obsessed with you at the same time will get your brains blowed out. And they're never going to do right by you because they're twisted in the fucking head about you and their image about you, and they want everybody to think you're a piece of shit, but then they don't want to let you go and hold on to you, which should tell people something because you're not even a human anymore. You're like a doll on a stand. You're like a bird in a cage, and they pick it up and play with it and put it down when they want, and nobody else can touch it because they're telling everybody the bird's poison and the bird's sick, but you won't let the bird go or your trophy or something. There are people that do men and women this way. And I'm sorry, but when you're in that situation, that's the only way you're going to get out: death. Because if you stay with them, you're going to die miserable with nothing, or they'll physically kill you, they'll stalk you and kill you, unless you get an exit plan and you learn to defend yourself. Because a piece of paper like a restraining order will still get your brains blowed out if you deal with that type of motherfucker right there. When you leave, it's going to feel like a death because you have nothing. But I promise you, it won't hurt for the rest of your life if you bounce back with an exit plan and you start to rebuild and become self-sufficient and independent. Yes, it's not going to happen overnight unless you already have an education, you have degrees, and you have a lot of people with money and that support you and give it to you and back you up. But you're going to have to feel the sting of that betrayal and be determined. You will never give them the satisfaction to see you broken, hungry, and poor. You will never give them the satisfaction of seeing you fail. And you learn to heal yourself, and you learn to only be with people that support you, and you learn not to fuck with nobody that doesn't, even if it means that you have to live alone. Because in the past 3 years, like I've said, since I've dealt with Nipsey, and he's been in my house, and I've spoken to him on this level and the things he's taught me and the things he's given. And it's still, in so many ways, I don't know anything. I'm still learning and I'm growing. But in a short period of time, I see that what I've learned and how I think now and how I deal with myself, and I realize it's just me, and I'm responsible for my reality. Nobody's responsible for my reality. Even if a nigga say they're gonna do this for you and they're gonna do that for you, even if you've been hurt, I don't care where the fuck you been, because I've been at the lowest of the low, starting from my whole fucking life and my childhood. If you make up your mind that even if somebody promised you they're gonna do this and that for you, and that was also a big mistake for me, waiting on motherfuckers that would never fucking do it and make excuses because they don't want to. They want to keep you jammed up because they feel like if you rise, you won't be around them, you won't fuck with them no more because they're a piece of shit motherfucker and they know it, but they know you don't motherfucking know it. When you make up your mind that this is my life and this is my world, and I only got one chance to do that, and I was brought to this world, and my life means something, my life is just as valuable as everybody else's, and whether this nigga helped me or not, whether this bitch helped me or not, whether this job helped me or not, I'm gonna get another job if I have to. I'm gonna get some more money from somewhere else if I have to. I will get other alliances, and I will cut people off that lie to me, that try to make me the motherfucking predator and the hunted instead of the hunter. I'm gonna make this shit happen anyway, and ain't nobody gonna motherfucking stop that shit because it's my responsibility, because it's my life. And if I win, it's on me. If I lose, it's on me. If I'm in between, it's on me. Ain't nobody gonna care what you said. A nigga told you this and a nigga told you that, and a nigga left you with babies, even though they might pity you at the beginning. Really, when it gets down to it, it's time to go. Don't nobody really give a fuck about this shit. And if you got a whole bunch of excuses, well, you couldn't do this because the nigga did this to you and nigga did that to you, and you couldn't leave because you were scared and you didn't have no money and you didn't have no education. Okay, that's fine, but how long are we gonna run that story? Because life, or a dirty motherfucker like he did me, will make you choose. You know what? I'm tired of this bitch because she won't fuck me. She won't suck me. This bitch is getting unruly and out of hand. The bitch been talking to somebody, goddammit. Because the bitch kind of growing up and I don't like this shit. And I keep telling this bitch I'm gonna put her out. So you know what? I'm finna jump and just drop this motherfucker out here in front of everybody. What are you gonna do? Because I see women whining and crying about it. Okay, I might cry, what, maybe an hour or so, and then I take something to go to sleep, and I wake up, and then it's like, bitch, what you gonna do? Hmm? You can't keep crying and making something happen, bitch. What the fuck you gonna do? And what's the game plan? Because I know you got one, and if you ain't got one, sit your ass down and motherfucking make one. Because the shit is on you. And when niggas get mad, everything they said, it's now, I didn't mean that, I ain't gonna do that. Everything they give you, they motherfucking take. Everything they do, or they undo the shit and destroy what they fucking gave you, like an Indian giver. So they let you know real quick, what I said I was gonna do for you, bitch, or what I used to do, I don't have to motherfucking do it for you no more. It's on you, it's your life, it's not on me. So then the shit goes back to who? The man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror. Because it is your life, it's your breath, it's your body. It's your game that you let everybody play on you, and you don't motherfucking play it to win. And that's one thing I learned the hard way. If you don't use your life and you don't play it to win, then somebody gonna play on you and eat off you and win off of you. I can't see anything. I can't see if you're commenting. I don't know if you're commenting or what you're saying or what you're thinking. Oh, wait, that's so beautiful. I didn't see that. You see that ray coming down off the candle on the chair? That's absolutely gorgeous. There's no lights are on. I can't see you all. Damn, I can't see you all. The chat keeps disappearing. You see that? That's beautiful. I wanted to give that to you because it was on my heart. And it's something, a lot of times I'll do messages. Thank you, boss lady. You're the only one that can see. I'll do messages because I want to also have them for myself. Okay, now I see you. You love these talks, Dominique. Thank you, baby. I like to snuggle and play footsies. And you want to get the right one to do it. Because when someone does that, you have to let them go. That's right, Nuwap. You have to secretly make exit plans because they're secretly making a plan to stop you from exiting and destroy you. You can't run this. What happened to me, but I still had my career, but I was definitely pregnant back to back. Yes. And it's, like I said, I met women with 5 kids. with nothing but welfare and food stamps, and they found somewhere else to go, and they went to school and graduated from college and became lawyers and anything else they wanted to be, and they buckled down and were tough, left with 5 babies, and the nigga kept fucking rolling, and they found someone to help them and give them resources they need. It was tough, but they did it, and they learned to manage it and manage the children, and the children would help them manage each other. It's possible. And then you have to learn how to do your magic and stand in your power. But you have to decide how long you're going to cry. I don't cry anymore about it because it was so raw and it was cold to me, and then dealing with my health on top of it. I had to learn to keep running, to run with no shoes on, because I had to make it happen, and everything was dumped in my lap, and bills and health and all this stuff at the same time, and a leaky air conditioner that was making me even sicker and giving me bad infections. I didn't have a time to cry too much. I cried a little bit, an hour or so, but I had to get the fuck up and make it happen, because this man did that because he wanted me to be destroyed. He wanted me to fail so all his words could be prophetic when he told people I was nothing. And the fact is, I have not depended on him. I suffered in this house, and I was a martyr, the hangman, and I was taught to be that, and I realized you can't be that and get where you want to go. Many times the cards you're dealt is fucked up, but you have to make up your mind. In between the crying, you got to find, I don't care if you have to buy a punching bag. I don't care if you have to lift weights and kick the wall. I don't care if you have to scream and get that anger out, and then take that rage and turn it into a plan that you have to take that revenge, and you have to prove them wrong. You left me hanging and you took everything from me, but I will become everything that you said I wouldn't. And out of these ashes and the most disgusting shit you did to me, I will rise up and be bigger and more successful than you. And I will see you in a casket before you see me in one. I will be everything that you said I wasn't. And I will prove you wrong on every level. Just the revenge of the shit keeps me going every day. It's not even hurt and heartbreak and crying no more. It is rage. And I'm going to show you, motherfucker. Because you took 20 years of my life that I could not get back. And like a stupid bitch, I'm wanting to be with this man and wake and work, because I don't want to be hopping from niggas to niggas and dicks to dicks. And he played on me wanting to be righteous. And now this is my revenge. I will rise up and be everything you said I wasn't. You will not get the satisfaction to see me struggle. You won't give me any money. That's fine. It's so many people got money. It's so many men got money. I don't know them all yet. But I'm gonna meet them. I'm gonna meet the women that's got it. People believe in me and believe in my dreams, just like y'all helped me make this happen. And that never happened before. I always wanted, and I would tell this nigga my dreams, and he would do what he could to destroy them. It doesn't matter to me anymore. If I don't matter to you, you don't matter to me. You don't love me, I don't love you. You believe in me and you got my back, then I believe in you and I got yours, because you got me and I ain't never had nobody to fucking have it. I always had to stabbing in the goddamn back. So now I'm on what you on. I'm with what you with. I'm going to treat everybody like they motherfucking treat me. But what I realize is it doesn't matter how fucked up somebody did me. Starting with my own mother. It doesn't matter who said you were going to do something for me, then you fucking lied to me and you didn't motherfucking do it. When all that's said and done, it's still my responsibility to get up and goddamn get it. Because I knew I couldn't look at my baby and tell him why I couldn't buy him no clothes and shoes. I couldn't look at him and tell him why I wasn't no food in the motherfucking refrigerator. And I ain't finna look at myself and say, well, you can't eat today or get no shoes or have no clean drawers because of this and that. Because I realized if it's to be, it's up to me, and too many people done took from me, and too many people done stabbed me, and too many people don't want me to motherfucking have, and I will refuse to spend another goddamn day whining over what a bitch did or didn't do or said or didn't say and took something back or promised me she's gonna do something and renege what a nigga said and what a nigga didn't do. I knew not to depend on my baby daddy. When he set up with my own mother and let her tell him I was a whore, and I had never been a whore and I had no money. So if I was a whore, I would have had some. But this nigga believed that shit. I always knew I could not depend on him. And he even told my son one day, he said, you see your clothes you got on? And he would sometimes come around every 2 or 3 years. And my son would still betray me to be around him. And I understand it. You want to be around the parent that left and you think the mama ran him away or something you did. So you're going to betray the one that's always stable for the one that's unstable, hoping they'll stay. I remember something he said, and I never forget. He said, you see them clothes you got on? He said, yeah. He said, your mama bought them clothes. He said, you see them shoes you got on? He said, your mama bought them shoes. You see the house you live in? Your mama paid for that, and the food you eat. He said, you know what? You can't depend on me. I could be here one day and gone the next. I said, did you hear what that motherfucking nigga said? He was a little boy, about 9 or 10 years old. I said, I hope you never forget what the nigga said. He didn't want to accept and to sink that shit in, because it's like, I don't want to be with you. I want to be with my daddy. But I believed it because he physically took the action to show. Like he always told me, I never wanted you. You should have got an abortion when I first time I was pregnant. You should have got an abortion. I said, you can go. I always told him you could go. I never did nothing, put child support or nothing on him. I said, you can go. That's what you want to do. But I have nothing. And the only thing keep me here is this child in my stomach and that heartbeat I feel. So you can go. I already know I can't depend on you. I knew that at the beginning. I knew that that child, no matter a GED or if I had to work for $5 an hour, which I did, $4 welfare food stamp, I couldn't look at that child's face and say, you can't have nothing to eat today. I knew that even though I didn't make that baby by myself, that they're going to all say mama, baby, dad, and maybe. So you're going to always be responsible. You're going to always be a hoe or no good. And it's always going to be your fault if something happened to the child or don't happen to the child because you the mama. So I knew that was my responsibility. Even though it wasn't my responsibility by myself, I knew that was my responsibility and I had to make that shit happen. I had to make that shit happen. Failure was not an option. And nobody was helping me. And that's the attitude. I go back in my life and I deal with the traumas and things I need to be healed. And I realized you really weren't a dumb bitch after all. Even though you didn't have a lot of common sense, you didn't have a knowledge and street knowledge and shit. You got it. You finally got it by getting your ass beat enough. And you got tired of getting your ass beat. So you got up now. And that's how I feel. Don't nobody owe me nothing. Even if you owe me some, you don't owe me nothing. If I give you money and I loaned it to you, you didn't pay me back, you don't owe me nothing. Because if I can't have a legal way to get it from you and I got to fight you, physically fight you, and it becomes violent, you can have it because in the long run, you're going to lose more than what you took from me. But let's say I need my rent paid, okay? A bitch supposed to be my friend or a nigga supposed to be my friend, tell me you're going to give me the rent money. And you've been giving me the rent money. And then some come up and at the very last minute, a day or two before it's supposed to be paid, you tell me you ain't got it all or you can't do it and you had to pay your own shit. That's on me. Why? Because it's my rent. It's my life. It's shelter over my head so that I can cook and put food in my mouth and have hot water wash my ass. That's on me. So if you cry about that and whine about that, how many minutes, or how many hours, or how many days you going to do that? Because you only got a couple of days to pay your motherfucking rent. And the rent office don't give a good goddamn what somebody said or what somebody didn't do. Because it's not on them, it's on you. People have done me so dirty, that's really where I am. After I say what I got to say about something, like somebody do something right then, it might be a day or two. I don't say it no more. I don't talk to you no more. I don't fucking know you. We're going to act like it never happened, like we never met. I'm not going to keep talking about this shit because I know that my life is on me and whatever I got to get is on me. And I don't have a lot of time to get it because the first part of my life was destroyed and ruined and wasted. Now, the people that I am loyal to and I look out for when they need me are the ones that donate and got my back. And y'all have shown, I know which ones are here and which ones are not. And which ones are fly by night and in and out. And I talk to them and I support them and they support me. And I've never had that support in my life like I have now. That's why people be trying to tell me that like the vagina power. Why don't you stop doing it? Nobody want to hear that shit. You want to go back to vagina power. I missed it and you did that 10 years ago. I said, did you donate? No. Did you sponsor me? No. Did you help me get sponsors when didn't nobody want to fuck with me because I named my show Vagina Power? No. Fuck you. That nobody didn't donate a dime to me when I was going through that. And this nigga was with me at the time and he did what he could to destroy and sabotage everything I did when I was hot and my stuff was viral. I didn't make anything. I could barely eat. And the people that say they missed that and bring it back, no, you can watch the old videos. Now, I'm probably going to bring it back, but this is a way to bring it back too, because I know that you support me like the talks. So I'm in the mood to talk. But the other people that were there 15, 20 years ago and that just got a kiki off of me and then give me 10 pennies to rub together. I'm not going back to that to give you a laugh, because that's on me. And I starved doing all those shows. And I'm not going to be loyal to anybody that watched me suffer like that and did all those shows and I never got paid a salary. That was all on me. They don't pay you for public access, even though it went around the world on major television. It was not underground. I got on major alphabet channels because of that. I've done interviews on Playboy Radio. I've done interviews on Sirius Radio. My voice was in the movie Precious. I was on the Mari Show. I was on Tosh.0. I was on Talk Soup. I was on True TV. It's so much stuff that I did and got noticed because of that show. But I didn't make any money. And that's my fault. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it. I trusted this man to bring the people in my life that knew what to do. I know that's the best thing to do, to get the right people to support you. But I didn't know this guy was sabotaging everything I did because I depended on him because I didn't know. And he had the money and the resources. So he knew who to get, where to get them. He knew all of these people, had all these resources. People would just do things for him. And I wondered why they didn't do anything when it came to me. Why? Because he told them not to. I will never put my life in another person's hands like that. And if I do and you lie to me, I still realize I'm not going to spend a lot of time being mad at you. I'll be mad at myself because I know ultimately, and that's what women that get jammed like that should know ultimately, the responsibility is going to be put on us. What are you going to do with it and about it? Because, baby, you can only cry so many times and so long, honey. After you finish crying them rivers and you ain't got no backup plan and you ain't got no backup niggas and no backup bitches that's got your back. Now I know y'all roll with me. The Mystic Crew roll with me. The VIP roll with me. And the ones that really love me. And that's what he got mad about. Because when he was like, I'm going to take everything. I'm going to throw you outside. I'm like, I ain't going to be too proud to be. God damn it. Let me get up here and tell the people what the fuck going on. And I'm so embarrassed about it. But let me tell these people what the fuck going on. I'm just going to have to swallow my pride because I ain't got nowhere to go. God damn it. And I knew it was up to me to find people that love me enough and care enough about the trauma and the tragedy that was happening to me at the last minute to step in. And you didn't have to do that. Y'all chose to do that. I realize you don't have to do nothing for me. You do it. Clearly, there must be something about me that you like or something I say. I don't know what the fuck it is. Because I never felt liked and loved until now. So you don't owe me that. You chose to love me just like I choose to love you and share with you. You know what? I think I've talked long enough. I was just going to say hey to y'all and show you the temporary outro. I have been hanging out with Nipsey and he's liking the chair. He's loving the chair. I love it. And so I just created like the space right here at my foyer. And then the other room is where the other outro. I don't know if you can see, I got some candles glowing back there, but I'm gonna have to put them out. I lit them. I thought I'd be able to put them all here. I don't think I have space. They're burning so nicely. It's so peaceful in here. It's a lot of activity, but it feels good in here. I just wanted to share it with you. I told you I was coming back. I just wanted to share it with you and share this space with you. And for the people that didn't know, it's on the videos, but I still want to have the cream at the altar because this is where it was given to me. And I'm glad I feel better now. I felt good enough to finish her order and ship it to her. She's been waiting for me so long, and literally just looking at the chair, it cheered me up. Excuse me. And it made me feel stronger. And I just opened her box and I was like, wow, this stuff, I thought I was going to have to replace all of it. It's been sitting here in the house safely and packaged in her box. And I thought I was going to have to remove everything, but I see I don't. Her stuff is still in really good condition. Wait a minute, I think I got her another Gosh, see her boxes right here. I'm gonna let her know she can see. She can see her stuff, her box, and I have her label and everything. So I'm gonna. She has her body lightening oil. It's still intact. This stuff really doesn't spoil. Those oils are really good. And those are the ones I use that I told you about that make my skin glow. She's another container there. I'm going to redo everything for her because she's been patient and she's waited so long. So that's another reason, too. I wanted her to see it because she waited so long for me to feel better. And I wanted you all to see, like some of my work. So I love you that love me and support me and help me get through this hellish time. And I'm not completely done yet, not completely well, but I think, I'm getting stronger and healing because I have your love and support. And it made me not spend a lot of time beating myself up, even though sometimes I do. But those years are gone. All I can do is learn from them, become a stronger person instead of putting myself down for like doing really dumb shit, like trusting people that are not trustworthy. Or when you see it, I wasn't taught that. So that's why I'm telling you, no matter how much you want that person, you don't want to let them go. When you see that the first time, it must be the last time. And you always have to have a plan for yourself and an agenda and a backup plan and an exit plan in case shit goes left. When you think something's going to last forever or you're going to be with somebody forever, and then they flip and you see the person's not what you thought. Many times people have masks on and we can't see it, and they'll still lie and say that's not it. They're lying. That's not true. That's not true. I wouldn't do this to you. I wouldn't do that to you, knowing that they're planning to do that shit. They plan to do that to you from day one. But they know if you're not a treacherous person, you can't see it. So I can't see you all. I can't see everything you said. The purchase. Oh, you have to talk to me because they're on my website, alexiskttyler.com. But you can't, please don't order anything right now because I have to make it from scratch and I'm not strong enough right now. This is what I owe someone from 6 months ago when he did this to me. And I got really sick and I thought I was going to be outside. And a lot of my stuff, I had to pay a girl to come pack my stuff. So a lot of my stuff is packed. And right now, I would have to unpack and find this. Luckily, this was in her box, like I said. So I took this out of her box yesterday. And I wanted you to see it. And I have some out, of course, because I got my stash, goddamn it. So, and I keep this refrigerated. So I had some luckily in the refrigerator, and I didn't get put out. So I still have some that I can find. But y'all, because I know y'all are asking me for it, and you want it, and I want to give it to you. But let me get well because it's as beautiful as it looks, and it works. It works. I'm going to keep this one. I'm not giving it to her because it's been sitting in the box. So I'm going to make her a brand new one with antioxidants and anti-aging and all of that stuff in it. But it's absolutely gorgeous. And it works, like I said, because it's what I use. And you can, let's say you're going to go out with your baby or you're going to get fucked. You can rub this all down your body so when you hit it from the back and the light shine and your ass is gold and your asshole and pussy is gold and it won't hurt you. Because there are no chemicals in. Somebody told me they put it on and their husband wanted to fuck them and they got fucked real bad. And I said, they said they couldn't control. I said, did you enjoy it? Like, hell yeah. I said, so, this is, you want to put it on, you want to go out for the night, you got something sexy, you showing skin, you put this on. You can put as many layers as you want. It's not going to hurt you. You just look like you're dipped in gold. And it makes you can sleep in it too. Women told me they put it on their face and they slept in it and on the body. It just makes you soft. It's not going to hurt you. So, that gorgeous. I'm going to go. I love you guys. I've come back twice. So please, the ones that can, donate, support me so I can continue to do what I do. And, I got to go back to the doctor and stuff. So when they can get me well and fix everything. I have more energy and I have to pay somebody to come and help me unpack stuff. And I'll make you what you want. The shampoos, conditioners, reconstructors for the hair. Make your hair grow back and fill back in. I'm here. Y'all wore me out and keep me busy with it, and I'm sorry. Y'all keep me busy whenever I'm making it, and I love it because you always keep me busy and you always order. But baby, I just, you know what I'm saying? I can only do so much with my body. If it's sick, I have to, I can't really do much. I have to let it get well. I have to move through my body. I make all these things from scratch. There's no one size fits all. It might look the same, but everybody orders and tells me what their issue is and their problem is and their acne and their spots and their stretch marks. Not like I had a lot of them and I got rid of them. So I have to make that stuff from scratch, and it's take and then do readings on top of it. And these people come in here like Nipsey's here with his friend, um, GI Joe. They got their menu. They want to eat. I ain't even cook. Want to get some chicken and shit. They keep me in something. Y'all keep me in something. The ones on the other side and the ones over here. So I gotta get well. And the more you donate and support me, I can get well and get everything taken care of. You know, I have my good days and my bad days, and the past couple of days have been good, but I still have to take it easy because if I don't and get my rest, and then tomorrow, next few days will be bad because I'm pushing too much. I haven't gotten everything fixed in my body yet. So I'm gonna go drink some green juice. I got my fresh green juice and my kale and stuff in it, and I'm gonna lay down because I'm feeling a little tired. I can't believe I was able to sit up and talk to you as long as I did, and I hope what I said is a blessing to somebody because it's stuff that I know, Wab, thank you, that I had to learn. Unfortunately, what I'm saying to you, I learned through a lot of pain. Love you too. I've been MIA missing. Oh, that's okay. I understand people have lives and have stuff going on. And I love to see a beautiful woman with it on her body. Well, you better get some of this and put it on her body. You can paint her down. It's beautiful. It's elegant. It's so soft and it's so pretty. It just glistens with the light when you put it on. Yes, be dripping. Thank you, pretty eye diva. Yeah. Now you got King Nip and all the others to help you and watch your back. I believe that. I believe that. And it helped me believe in myself, and I never believed in myself. And I always thought I needed somebody else with more money and more resources to make anything happen. All you have to do is start where you are, making your dreams come true. And the people that have the money and the resources and that believe in what you do, they will come when they see you believe in yourself. That was almost my worst mistake, believing in more people than I believed in myself. And everybody I believed in let me down and fucked me over, even though they had more money and more resources and things. Look, if you provide what people want and you let the universe help you develop the gifts that they gave you, and you stick to that and you're loyal to yourself and nobody else, and you believe in yourself and you manifest everything to the best of your ability, and you even focus on the people manifesting that you need, they will come. They're not just going to show up though. You have to do your magic. You have to do your energy work. You have to work through your pain. You have to work through your issues, and you have to have your plans. And you're, oh wow, that's so gorgeous. That candle's so beautiful. It's just doing its own thing. Anyway, let me take care of me, and I love you. I'll talk to you soon.